So with that, the first priority was topography and natural features. So the existing site has good balance between natural and built, but the natural pops out with the nice rolling topography, mature specimen oak trees, sycamore trees, and just the feel of not being in an urban environment, right? Kind of that relief that some of our parks serve, and kind of something how we presented and how we feel really, and how the community feels is really special park property, right? So it's very successful. It does a really good job serving the public. So we don't want to take away from that by ruining the topography, ruining the terrain, and it's really that kind of balance, and I'll kind of get into that a little bit more. But really the balance, the terrain, the connections from the neighborhoods, as well as mature canopy and the passiveness, it being a more natural park, less parking lot, more grass and trees, very, very passive kind of recreation. There's only one ball field there. So not looking to bulldoze everything else and put in more sports fields. So again, that kind of balance and passivity of the property, as well as a sense of place. So with that builds the sense of place of the neighborhood, and it creates these family, childhood memories, friendships, and it is a peaceful and simplistic park site that happens to have a community center that's been there for many years. And so with that community center and the staff that works out of that, we have programming. So with the programming, we're looking at to continue year-round, to be able to provide indoor and outdoor opportunities, as well as larger scale with the concerts. So that is something that the community, from the feedback we heard, was, hey, this is important to the park site and important to the continued use of the park site. And then kind of the hub of the park site is the building. So something that we heard is expansion. They really like the character of the building, as well as the scale. One thing that's kind of interesting is the building doesn't really take advantage of views of the property. So we say, hey, this is a great property, beautiful trees and all this, but then the building doesn't really relate. So something from staff level all the way to the public that's been a comment of these meetings is that the architecture should take advantage, but really kind of augment the building that's there. So have that expansion of the existing center and look to renovate and build a new building, really. So with that, kind of taking a look to see how all four of these correlate with like the physical space of it. So walking through a lot of the park, a lot of topography, a lot of natural features with the canopies, as well as the sense of place, a lot of activity areas, just charting what feedback we've got, what people liked about the park. Concerts, obviously a big thing, baseball, picnic areas, the center, botanical garden, to name a few, as well as the programming that we facilitate those memories in. So very similar list and areas as well. And then again, back to the center building in that location. So with all that input, staff took a pass at a concept plan. And so with that, there's really three key components of this concept plan. We're looking at circulation improvements. So circulation in the perimeter, so coming from the neighborhoods, from the east, from the west, as well as internal circulation of the site. So trying to make it better for a patron who's visiting, whether they're walking, riding a bike, driving a car. So throughout the plan, you notice there's a note, renovate circulation as needed. I believe in one of the most recent meetings, safety, with, hey, if you're continuing to utilize the park site and you're looking to possibly expand the building, what kind of safety mechanisms, and that kind of goes hand in hand with the project, and any project for that matter, but especially the scale of this project, since we know how important the property as well as the center is to the community, but then also the amount of people that are using the property, as well as enhancements to existing features such as the stage, renovate baseball, taking a look at the playground, see what opportunities there are, as well as the creek, really kind of enhancing and making these special features within the park even better. So really that enhancement. And then third and final would be a center building. So we're looking at a possibility of about 150% floor area increase. And we're taking a look, actually, internally, we looked at a staff level at some kind of floor plans, bubble diagrams of how the space is gonna work, and we're looking at to accomplish those principles without bulldozing, taking out massive amount of trees and really reinventing the park site. We're looking at doing like a split level house. So kind of a two-story situation, but built back into the slope. So we would have opportunities from existing parking lot as well as new circulation opportunities with possible drop off and picnic kind of entry plaza areas to the front of the building. One of the items that came up a lot was the identity crisis of the front door of the building. As you guys all know, if you're driving into the site, you'll drive in from the east and come in, and where's the front door? It's on the total opposite side of the building, and if you want to walk through, you might have to walk through Jazzercise or some other class. So the idea really is to kind of take a look at the function of it from the perspective of the user, of how they're coming through the site. This plan shows the first floor, so the current ground level floor of where the building exists as it is today. Encompasses a multi-purpose room, a kitchen, public restrooms that would serve the public if the building was closed, as well as be open like our restrooms throughout the district. So when staff isn't there, the restrooms would still be available to the public, because that's something that's come up. When staff isn't there, the building's locked down, thus no opportunity if someone needs to use a restroom, like a small child who's three or four doors down and from the park site, and that kind of opportunity of being able to serve the public a little bit better and facilitate better use, as well as grounds area, maintenance area, and a storage area. And then working to the second floor is similar, a smaller scale multi-purpose room, storage as well, but the lobby and staff area, and offices, restrooms, and classrooms. Something that was interesting through the internal studies of trying to understand exactly how recreation facilitates use and being able to interact with the public is there's a lot of people coming through daily with the classrooms, with the kids being dropped off, parents and family dropping off, so be able to interact to promote other services that we can provide, as well as them walking through a bulletin board area and things like that, so just better interaction and circulation. And that way it's really kind of cohesive use of the building. So it's building on opportunities and being able to better serve the public. And with the building in general, I'm a landscape architect, not an architect, but you take passes at building floor plans and trying to figure stuff out, so we can hand it off to guys that are smarter than us and they can figure it out with the consultant that we're looking to hire in the future. But the real goal is to be able to kind of formulate this kind of napkin sketch concept plan to be able to hand off and really kind of flesh out ideas and figure stuff out. And then that way, when we get the professionals involved, we're kind of hitting the ground running a bit, so to speak. And with that, really kind of taking a look at opportunities of not removing large amounts of canopy, taking advantage of views of the existing site, which then could build opportunities for other rentals. Birthday parties, weddings, and other events are done there now, but to be able to highlight, hey, a nice new building, it's sited very well, it's cohesive with the property, but then also with the 5 concerts that we have annually there, to be able to have an opportunity to facilitate that use better, possible sponsorships and things of that nature have kind of been discussed. These are the same plans, but just kind of side by side. So you can kind of see the scale a little bit. The larger multi-purpose room would be on the ground level, and then the smaller multi-purpose room would be on the upper level with the staff area and the school rooms. With that, if Tom wants to add.
Sure, yeah. Yeah, so and